Chapter 7 Granny's Fabulous Kitchen. As we went in the kitchen, it wasn't as big as the bedroom or the living room, but it was big enough and there was a pantry next to it. What made it fabulous was all that came out of it. Good things to eat like kebabs and curries, chocolate fudge and peanut toffee, jellies and gulab jamuns, meat pies and apple pies, stuffed turkey, stuffed chickens, stuffed eggplants, and hams stuffed with chickens. Granny was the best cook in the world. The town we lived in was called Dehradun. It's still there, though much bigger and busier since independence. Granny had a house, a large rambling bungalow on the outskirts of the town. In the grounds were many trees. Most of them were fruit trees, mangoes, lychees, guavas, bananas, papayas, lemons. There was room for all of them, including a giant jackfruit tree casting its shadow on the walls of the house. Blessed is the house upon whose walls the shade of an old tree softly falls. I remember those words of Granny's. They were true words, because it was a good house to live in, especially for a 9-year-old with a tremendous appetite. If Granny was the best cook in the world, I must have been the boy with the biggest appetite, and I was very lucky, because not every boy has a grandmother who can cook like an angel. That is, if angels do any cooking. Every winter when I came home from boarding school, I would spend at least a month with Granny before going on to spend the rest of the holidays with my parents in Assam, where my father was the manager of a tea estate. The tea gardens were great fun, but my parents couldn't cook. They employed a khansama, a professional cook, who made good mutton curry, but little else. Mutton curry for dinner can be a bit tiring, especially for a boy who likes to eat almost everything. So I was always glad to go to Granny's place for the holidays. She was glad to have me too, because she lived alone most of the time. Not entirely alone though. There was a gardener, Kanta, who lived in an outhouse, and he had a son called Mohan, who was about my age. And there was Susie, the Siamese cat, with bright blue eyes, and a mongrel dog called Crazy, because he ran in circles round the house. And of course, there was Uncle Ken, Granny's nephew, who came to stay whenever he was out of a job, which was quite often, or when he felt like enjoying some of Granny's cooking. So Granny wasn't really alone. All the same, she was glad to have me. She didn't enjoy cooking for herself, she said. She had to cook for someone. And although the cat and the dog and even sometimes Uncle Ken appreciated her efforts, a good cook likes to have a boy to feed because boys are adventurous and ready to try the most unusual dishes. Whenever Granny tried out a new recipe on me, she would wait for my comments and reactions and then make a note in an exercise book. These notes were useful when she tried it out on others. "Do you like it?" she asked, after I'd taken a few mouthfuls. "Yes, Gran." "Not too sweet." "No, Gran." "Would you like some more?" "Yes, please, Gran." "Well, finish it off." Chapter 8.